Okay, so now the recording is also on. And can you see the shared screen now? Yes.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Yes, so okay, everything is ready. And we may start the game review. Well, so first of all, I introduce myself. I am XIN SHU and I'm from China, but I spent 1 year in Belgium. I was 5 dan when I was in Europe and got my 6 dan in China now. So yes, when I first see your first saw your individual lesson request, I was surprised because in the polyglot you say yourself is a beginner. Then I was wondering if it's proper to have a teach game with beginner because when we beginner we need to learn about the rules. Then I checked your OGS names. Yeah. I read you already is a know some basic rules and is a advanced player.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's do it. So we start again. Okay. Um, so okay, just a small introduction and okay, let's get to the topic. The game you're playing black and I'm playing white. This is the opening normal Yosaki. And white playing this attach. Have you ever seen this attach before?
No, never seen.
I will just leave some variation here and send you the OGS link so that you can check the review anytime you like. I'll paste it here. Copy the link. So when facing this attach, the most usual response but also perfect response is honey then connect. This is the most simple uh, and also good response. This defends the corner, and white will tenuki. White will not spend another move here. White will go back to finish this Joseki. And well, white's attach is trying to pursue a higher efficiency because the purpose of this attach is because if I simply go for this jump, I should turn off the AI review. And you will probably approach me here, right? And
Okay.
approach. Then I will be worrying about some invade here because in the future you could invade here or maybe here. There are 2 invasion, and I have to worry about these 3 stones. So the 2 invasion. Invasions for the after the approach. Turn approaching. So the reason why I attach is to trying to reduce your severity of this approach because after I attach you invade, then I have 2 helpers here. Now these 2 become helpers, and then you probably won't approach here. Yeah, I could probably attach then cut, trying to start the battle immediately, and this approach will not be like as scary as the previous one because like if I do here then approach later, you probably honey then give up the corner, give up some like benefits in the corner, but trying to get more connection with these stones, then I would never get these 2 stones like in a good position as I did it earlier. So yes, this is my purpose, and as I did, I attach and tend to key, so I ignore. And if you approach, I feel this attach is a little bit benefits. Okay, so but it's normal. And the next question is here. This is a quite normal Joseki, quite popular Joseki. The correct answer is here. And the most simple one is extend, climb, then extend. I can like trying to find one professional games. Let's see if we can find one. Those are the live games of professionals. I just randomly pick one. This is the okay. It's not here, not in this game. Let's see if we can find one. Not here. I guess not this game as well. Mm. I try to check if there is any professional games. Okay, so this is one very similar to it. If here, then AS recommendation is this one, 2, 3, 4. And at that game, they played extend and answered with this one. But you can also do this climb then honey, which will be exactly the same result as we did in this game. So this is a Joseki, which is simple and popular, and you should probably remember this. And the reason why honey doesn't work because the first thing is you don't have the ladder, and if you
Yeah.
if you're trying to rescue this stone, then the corner will be in danger. And so you after you honey out, you need to deal with those two groups at the same time, but you have only one move. You can play only one move each turn, and that's the reason why you are facing a dilemma. You cannot
I follow the proverb, honey in head of don't.
handle two groups at the same time. And this is the same problem as later in the middle game. You got two weak groups, one here, the other here. And when I separate you, you need to deal with two groups, and you're busy with settling yourself. And I can use your time to to get more territory and benefits. And let's see. And after you hand it in connect, you realize you don't really have the time to take care of this stone. And so when I tiger mouse, you need to be busy with defense in the corner, and the outside stone is captured. It's captured. And compare with the Joseki, it should be like this. You can see that the corner is almost the same, but white's outside is much stronger. And besides, in the Joseki, you got the some possibility of entering the side, right? Side black can enter the side, and it's like a broken window. You can go through it, but here white managed to block your way out, right? So it's just like white managed to somehow turn you to get this turn, and this should be impossible for white to get, but white get this. So that's the reason why we think at this corner white gets some more benefits and black lost something. Okay, so this is another one, and then but after all you got the four corners, you got all the four corners, and the corner is gold, so I have to develop the center, which is usually a little bit more challenging task for players. But I have no choice. You already get the corners. Invade, and I defend. And this is one thing that you could probably learn, that when facing an invasion, our most intuitive reaction of an invasion is probably just trying to attack it, right? So if you are playing white instead of this this idea, what will you do to answer to this invade? Do you have any like variation in your mind? Like if you are playing white, oh, you can just tell me the coordinates so that I can.
Okay. A6.
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 Pardon? You can probably just type it
A6.
E6 here.
No, K6.
K6.
K. Yeah.
K6.
K.
Here. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is the most usual attack strategy is to block your opponent from the above. And
Yeah.
sometimes it will be a shape like this. And if he's not escaping but trying to live locally, you could probably have a shape like this. Block your opponent to the bottom, and you got a above. And this is one strategy that we call it blocking, of course. And you got the outside, your opponent live locally. This is the first strategy. And the second strategy I will just tell you is like destroying the base, destroying the root. It's probably something like this one or this one. Is kind of like destroying the second strategy. Destroy the base. And you see the difference? Like the first one is you control the upper side, allow your opponent live locally. And the second one is you drive your opponent out, trying to attack him, but do not allow him live locally and drive him out. And usually we will like think about those two strategy and compare which one is better. And the important thing about this game it is not only about this game. It is about this strategy. You can apply it to any other games when you are facing an invasion. You should think: should I allow him to live locally but I get outside, or should I drive him out? And you think from these two directions and compare them and choose the one you think is better. And the correct answer will change, depends on the surroundings.
Good.
Yeah, and there is no fixed correct answer, but it will vary each game. But we always think from these two strategy, and yeah, and that is how we analyze and think about this game, and we think we find a better solution. However, in this game, if I approach, I was worrying you might probably extend, then jump and attack my weakness. So this is what I'm worrying about. And when these groups get into a line, my 3 stones become very dangerous. So there is another golden rule. Before attack, take care of yourself and mind your weakness, or mind our own weakness. And so sometimes we see an invasion, our immediate intuition will be like trying to attack him, but there are some cases that an invasion is not a weak group invasion, but it's an invasion as an attack. And if we hurriedly attack him, we will become the target, like the the role of the hunter and rabbit will change just in one move, because we also have weakness, and if we forget our weakness, then suddenly our group will be in danger. So before attacking, you can do some preparation. Preparation is important. Prepare for attack. And you can see that even after you jump, this group is still unsafe. There is no clear two eyes for it. There is no clear path of getting connected with your other groups. It's very far from your other groups. And there is no clear two eye. So it's still a weaker group. Weak group. No two eyes. Away from home. So you can wait. You have time to wait before attacking. I think you probably learn from this move that before attacking, you can wait one move to defend yourself first and do some preparation, then start your attacking. And this will be good. Okay. But the jump is perfectly fine. It's just a normal move. But if I'm playing, I'll probably trying to like start my invasion from here. This could be a better invasion. Better. Because as we did in the real game, like we have one weaker group, we have no threatening to white's group. White's both sides of white are perfectly safe. They are solid and get connected. But in that variation, we are like after escaping this stone, we are also threatening this side and the bottom side's white group. This group and this group. They are also facing white's attack, facing black's attack. If white Tanuki, you could invade here, you could approach here. So white is not perfectly safe yet. White is also being threatened. And it's kind of like we want to give our opponent more pressure, because we do not want ourselves to be the only attacking target. We want to also give some counter attacks to give some ambush counter, like give some pressure to our opponents. But if we only escape and run our group solely without thinking about counter-attacking or giving pressure to our opponent could say there is no room for your opponent to make mistakes, right? There is only room for we to make mistakes, but for us to make mistakes, but no room for your opponent to make mistakes. And like in this game, I got myself all connected, and it's impossible for white to make mistakes. All white groups are perfectly
Solid.
solid and with two eyes. It's impossible for white to die, or how to say, to suddenly lost a lot of territory, or but black will be threatened and in danger and worry about his groups. And this one probably trying to get connected, I guess, because it's very valuable to have your two weaker groups connected and to combine them become a stronger one. To have two connected. Well, however, even if you play this, I will probably still try to cut you. But at least you should think from this direction. And the cruel thing is that those two groups are not settled yet, are not strong yet. They are, again, we think about in two direction. The first thing, is there two eyes? And we ask ourselves two questions. No two eyes, no eye shapes. And second question, far from home. And if the answer for those two questions are no, then those two groups are weak. We still need to deal with them. But you Tenuki, you didn't respond in the center, then I would immediately separate you, and you will find those two groups. You need to be with both of them, and eventually you sacrifice this stone. It's super big, right? You can see that I got the territory to the sixth line.
One line more.
Like usually we will satisfied with the third line. Like third line is already a good territory. And now white gets
Because
to sixth line. That means white is very efficient. It is super efficient, I would say. The territory for white is too big. And the black cannot accept this. So but if you connect, then I guess you probably worry about my attack. Yeah, I will also absolutely attack this group, and the group it is already a tough game for black right now. It's hard to get connected because your way from connection to here is impossible. You have to escape from that way, and it's quite far. To live locally is also impossible because white has too strong wall here, and if you try to find that locally, then it's quite
no way.
difficult. Okay, and then you make a sacrifice, but I already satisfied with this result. So the problem is earlier. Probably you still need to spend one move to take care for this group, like attach or those moves, trying to deal with them. Do not leave the main battlefield. Because every move is important. If you spend one move here, of course you get some valuable territory around here, but you need to pay more when your weaker groups being attacked. And the debt you pay will be even larger than the value you get from this Tenuki. And as you see here, those territories are becoming white, and it's much larger than this move you got. So you have to, if you have a weaker group, it's like you are in debt. It's debt that you will pay later. And that's the kind of like a theory that you have a weak group, you need to spend one move, two moves for it, and to make it stronger. And your opponent could use the time that you spend one move, two move to make it stronger, to get more territory, to play some bigger moves at other positions. And here is a minor problem. Probably just block gets a little bit more territory. But it's almost the same. It's just like here in the future I could squeeze you. Then I got one more point. But it's a minor mistake. And then as you can see that I'm not capturing you. I only threatening. My attack is only a threatening. I'm not really trying to capture your groups, But by threatening those two groups, I already get a lot of benefits. By threatening, I got here, and later by blocking here, I also got those territory. Like when we are attacking, it's very difficult to capture your opponent's stones or trying to kill another bigger groups. Like, but we can we can gain benefits by threatening to kill, but not actually kill. So this is the way we attack, and we gain benefits by attacking, but do not really capturing. Of course, capturing is ideal and how to say perfect result, but it's not very easy to capture. So in most of the games, the surroundings we are not strong enough. We do not have the enough preparations. Our opponent have so many eye shapes. Our opponent can attack our weakness. We have so many other reasons that we cannot capture one group. But generally speaking, you have a weak group, you can always attacking it and get some benefits. Threats. But not here. Yeah. So yeah. Later you managed to leave both groups, and I didn't kill any of them. But I think at this moment white is leading a lot already. It's kind of like when you get enough territory or it's how to say have a metaphor like in stock market, you get enough money, then you retreat. You take all your money back, you cash out. And it's like this white got enough money and white say, I'm out. I'm out of the table. I'm not playing this this gambling and I just want to get my money and be safe. And this is what white is doing. White is not trying to like make any risk now. White is only play some end game moves. I could even play this one. This is more conservative, trying to just push the game to the end. And the game finish white wins. This is and the reason why I Hane is because I also aiming at this pincer like very early. So there is a pincer here, and if you want to defense, for example, when I connect, if you want to defend the corner, what will be your choice now? So you know that there is a pincer here now. So will you change your defending position?
E16?
Q16 or P16?
No, P16.
16 Q R T16.
P.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And T16 is like locally the best move to get more get the best points.
Point.
Yeah, exactly. And if we ignore those parts, then this is a perfect move. This is the best move. And in this case, this could be some other variation, like some other things for we to take care about, because after you extend, the corner is probably not fully live. So when we cut you off, the corner you probably still need to worry about. In the future, I will invade this 2-2.
Yeah. And
Yeah. But locally speaking, this is the best. And there is another possibility is to connect here. And this is more solid, but you will lose 2 points at the corner. So those are the two good options. A and B. And Yes, connect. Then I have the pincer here. There's a lot of points, and I also got center, which is very happy for white.
Mm-hmm.
And when facing this one, there are usually we will answer in two ways. The first way is honey and capture, and this will works most, and it's usually the best. Probably you can also even climb one more. This is usually the best for end game because this variation has most points. Black has most points. For this variation, black gets more points and black got all this. But the disadvantage of this variation is white gets center and got some influence to the center. So if it's a early stage, if it's a very early stage, like let's say here, you jump here, let's say this one. At the early stage, you will probably not choose this one, but choose extend or honey, then type connect. This is at early stage, this will be the best. Early stage. This center is more important. But
1 point.
later here, this is almost the end of the game. We are doing some end games, and points is more important because at this moment your influence to the center is already useless now because you already have so many stones at the center. So the influence is less important compared with the points. So at this moment, no matter going back or honey, will not be as good as honey than capture or climb then capture. This will be recommended. Then to our last topic, it's about the death and leave of this corner. It's a small exercise. If you want to live locally, what's the best response you think now?
Sure.
T2, yes, exactly, T2. After T2, this Atari is still yours because your Atari is center. You can always Atari, then it's perfectly live, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points to the corner. And this is exactly the same, like the best answer. Exactly the same result as you Atari, then go back. This still 6 points. You are not losing any points because of your stepping back. This is the correct one. And when you block at this timing, white has a chance of invading the corner already. Remember the correct answer, we got 6 points. Like at this moment, actually white can invade now. You don't have the timing for capture because I can kill the group instantly. So you cannot find a second eye outside. So you have to answer locally, probably by hunted and making eye. Right. This is the way we make it live. Then I connect. You defend or not, or probably tenuki. Then the corner, what's the result of this corner? It's a seki, right? Seki.
Yeah. Okay.
Seki, that means 0 points. Or 1 point. 1 point for white. For black. Then you lost 5 points. Just by these two exchanges. Oh, there is a minor mistake that you got a center, so maybe the same. Maybe it's the same. You got a center. If you tenuki, the results should be the same, I guess. But anyway, after you Atari, you should spend one more to defend yourself, because as you can see, that's after I block and honey, the corner will be dead. Our final question: what if I directly go for this honey? This is the Zumego exercise. The reason you should think about why I block here, why I need one stone here. Playing black, how to rescue this corner because white doesn't have one stone here.
Monkey move doesn't work. I can play M2, but you kill my group.
Yes. So we need to into this corner. I give it two options.
Play inside.
A or B?
Yeah.
What do you think?
A.
Yes. A. What's the result of this corner?
The result is
Of this one.
you can play R1.
R1. Then block.
I block.
This with
and I have a
for-
shape that is alive, but
Yes.
it's only 4 points.
Yes. And what if I play here?
T2. T3.
T3. Then I here. Wow, magically there is a call.
Oh, no good the call. No.
It's a call that's threatening the whole corner, and if white wins the call, white connect, it's call group dead. And is there any other alternatives for black instead of T3?
If you capture, I play RQ1 Atari.
Yes, you can throw in then Atari or directly go for this Atari. Both works. And take, because I have no time to kill your group. You can get connected. That's the reason why I need stone here.
Because
You managed.
Yeah.
You made it. This is the correct answer. Yeah. And if I block here, this is the. If I take this call. Let's see. Not a perfect answer, but I can block here, then it's still a call. Probably should block here. To block is what in my plan. And what if I did as we did in that games? This should be white black's escaping variation. Escaped. Okay. But that's the reason why I need one stone here, and I'm doing preparation for this corner. So okay, so this is our final questions. To draw a short conclusion, I think 3 takeaways for this course. The first thing is you need to be very familiar with some most popular josekis. And this joseki, I think you should have known. And And by how do you learn Josekis? I recommend you to watch some professional games. And here is the website. I watch professional games. I can send it to you. You can go to the report and you can watch the AI reviews for so many professional games. You don't need to watch the whole games, but only watch the four Josekis, four corners. Then it will help you to learn more Josekis. And this is most useful and you can get to the most up-to-date Josekis because those are professionals. They spend all days learning and playing Go's. So this could be the most useful tool for learning Josekis. And the second thing is about the middle games. Middle games about attacking and we need to strengthen ourselves about our sense of managing our weaker groups and when being attacking how to deal with our weaker groups. And you can also learn from my moves how we can attack other people's weaker groups. And this is very important things for we amateur players to develop. Because most of our games is we decide who wins in the middle games. We usually have some killings and one group being attacked, another group dead. And only the professionals fight to the end games, fighting for 1 point, 2 points. Our amateur players lost with 20 points, 40 points. So middle game is most important part. So the second thing is middle game. And the last thing is we need to try to make ourselves do not make mistakes about the corners Zumegos. And those are the classic Zumego. This is a classic shape. We see it every day. For example, I can immediately show you this shape in another Joseki. Is this Joseki? You can see this shape. See this shape again. So we should not make mistake about Zumegos. So those are the two, the last things. And the first thing, Joseki. The second thing, middle game, especially attacking strategy, and nothing classic Zumego. And we should not make mistakes. So those are the two things we need to develop and try to make ourselves stronger in the future. That's for today.